Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for joining. You're home today cleaning up, so I'm listening to you. Right on. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. Um, yeah. So let's just get right into it. So I, I looked at myself on camera and was like, "Oh my god, I look so tired." I'm at my daughter's house. I didn't do a background, so sorry about that. But should have put something in the some kind of background here. But anyways, here I am, and it is November the 13th. It's been a busy weekend. My daughter is away right now, and I am looking after her dog. And yeah, so I'm looking after her dog, and Mateus is over with Papa right now. So I'll have to go over there in a little bit and go get him after I do all the new moon and full moon, the new moon readings. So the new moon readings are coming out today. I know they were supposed to be out. I usually do them earlier, but they and plus my nose is running like crazy, so excuse me. So they will be out today. So just to let people for the new moon readings, they'll be out today. The other piece on this beautiful new moon in Scorpio is I'm starting a workshop, and it's a 1 year workshop, and it's from shadow to dark, not light to dark. We don't want to do that, but it is from shadow to dark workshop. And this workshop, I have an early bird special of $999. There's monthly payments for that. Included in that is going to be the new moon and full moon readings are included, and you get a my 2024 moon journal book, plus those who have done the vision board class, you've already received that workbook, but you will also receive the workbook for the vision board, which is a pretty intense little workbook I created about life and work balance and creating that life and work balance workbook. So this is we're going to be following the Celtic wheel, because Celtic wheel is based on astrology, because of the cross quarters, and because you have the cross, and then you have the cross quarters for celebration every 6 weeks. Also doing where we are going to be creating a vision for ourselves for the year, and working on our shadow. So what is our shadow? Is like our shadow part that sometimes we it's a part of ourselves that we don't feed. I'm gonna put it that way, that we don't feed. It's a part of ourselves that's there, but we don't feed it yet. We feed it, but we feed it in a way that isn't positive to ourselves. So it could be the part of ourselves that are for our shadow, that we don't take care of ourselves properly, or we don't eat properly. That's just really a very simple one, but it causes our detriment to ourselves. We kind of ignore it, we bypass it, but we know things that we should be doing. So we're wanting to create a healthier way in our life, and that's bringing us to the light. That's bringing us to that place. Yet there's a reason why we're not doing it, and that's where we want to get to the reason. And getting to that reason of understanding of why aren't we doing what we're supposed to be doing, like eating well, or creating a savings for ourselves, or we have all these excuses. That's our shadow. Our shadows can go very much, it can go deeper. So that's sort of the level. So we're going to be discovering that throughout the year on this journey of shadow to light journey. And it's my one big workshop. It's a combination of a lot of things that I've taught over the year, bringing it in. We will be meeting on a monthly basis, and we're also going to be meeting on the embolic and the Samhain, and on all of the celebrations and the Sabbats of the Celtic wheel. So we're going to be gathering every 6 weeks for sure, and then we're going to be gathering at least once a month, so that we are able to hold each other accountable for what we do and what we say and where in the direction that we want to go into. Also, there will be a workbook of working through the different areas within our lives. And as we are working through these, we are coming into community. Community is going to be a huge part as we are stepping into 2024 and how we are creating that community. And what I love is that everything's online, is that the community is going to be built with people from all over and connecting people from all over. Excuse me, as I said, my nose keeps running, and not that I'm not sick, but maybe there's just something in the air in the house here. But maybe it's the dog. But anyways, so we're creating this new way of thinking, of being, of understanding ourselves. And many times when we are on journeys and we're doing these work, it's like we want to ignite our inner magic and intuition. And that's what we want to do. We want to create and achieve goals that resonate with our soul. We want to release and heal, those shadow selves for true transformation. And that's what we want to do in this shadow to light journey. This is an empowering adventure, and we want to let the cosmic energies guide us and manifest that in our lives. So there's limited spots that are available. There are payment plans, and I have an early bird special till December 15th. Our first gathering, I thought it was going to be December 30th, but it's not. It's going to be January 6th. The January 6th will be our releasement of 2023. That's going to be open. I'm opening January 6th up to everyone to join. And if you just want to do that in particular releasement, that's fine. That'll be $50 to come and do that with us. And then from there, anybody, our group will continue on, as I say. December 30th is a peek into 2024. So I will be doing my predictions on December the 30th. So if anybody would like to sign up and register for that, which is at December 30th, it's a Saturday. I'll be doing it probably in the evening at around 6:00. And that one will be $50 as well. So doing my predictions for 2024. So a few things that are up on the board. We have a meditation on this coming Saturday at 7:30 in the morning. If you care to join me, it's by donation. You can join me for a morning meditation. And the meditation, the energy for this meditation is still created on peace and harmony, and bringing peace and harmony into our lives and into the world around us. So we'll be doing a meditation then. So if you want to join me, that's a few things that are happening. The astrology class yesterday was absolutely fabulous. So I think I tried to break it down as simply as I could for those who joined. It's interesting because there's so many layers to astrology, and just focusing on, say, one area, you can create so much information from one area of your chart and build from there. And that's what I was teaching. So we start with just sort of one area, show you the overall of the chart, and then we start and we build from there. Absolutely fabulous. It's amazing how much information you can get from just looking at one area of your chart, and how that information from just, where it's positioned and everything else, So we, I stretched their minds a little bit yesterday, and, but as I say, it is a practice. I mean, it is a practice. And the more you practice it, the more you create that energy of understanding what the astrology is. So let's get into this new moon, man. It was early this morning. The sun and the moon aligned in Scorpio, and the new moon is conjunct Mars and opposes Uranus. So this is suggesting a strong drive to push forward a new beginning, although rather erratic and rebellious in energy. So Could be a little bit cantankerous, temperamental, and willful. The sign of Scorpio matters. They're related to intimacy, control, power, money. And Taurus has, the energy of money in it as well. So there's a lot to do with financials. So you'll be hearing a little bit about financials today, maybe some disruptions and stuff that'll be coming up. This new beginning or fresh start are possible in these areas. And we have to look at this as a cycle, presenting an opportune time to commit to personal goals that express the positive energies of the sign. Scorpio's passionate, resourceful, probing, deep, and it's where you want to feel like you are moving ahead. You want to feel like you are getting to where you want to go. So there's a self-mastery skill that's coming in. And we may want to pinpoint these things that make us feel out of control, such as addictions and debt, and work on freeing ourselves. And this new moon cycle is an opportunity for exploring what is missing in our lives and getting to the bottom of it. This is going to lead us for us to engage. And this is also for us, it could look at our self-destructive behaviors that we have. So there can be an opportunity to rid ourselves of junk, and this could be of our lives and our material spirit with the potent Scorpio energy. So we have the change to make important changes in our lives. This energy is showing us that almost like we need to do this. This is like looking at the things that are working and looking at the things that aren't working in our lives, and even breaking those parts down and in asking questions on, if you don't know the answer for it, well, then let's go to another area of the problem and ask the questions until you find, okay, yes, this is what's working. Yes, I can do this. Yes, I can do this. Yes, I can do this. And oh no, I can't. Okay, so why? What's the obstacle? What's the obstruction in that area that you can't do what it is that you feel that you can't? So it's probing and asking the questions. This teaches us valuable things. I mean, Scorpio's lessons involves learning to dig deep into the mysteries around us, instead of always being content with the status quo. So this is really getting us to say, okay, I need to find my individual self. I need to find who I am, my courageous self, and take the time to understand others' motives. And this can enrich our feelings of intimacy, forgiving, and meaning. So this Scorpio wants to teach us. It's about dedication. It's about meaningful relationships. And it's about understanding can be significantly more satisfying than spreading ourselves around. And quality over quantity is the energy. And we might want to use this cycle to like force on, or focus on, not force, but focus on the development and one special project or relationship. So don't try to overdo things. Don't try to overpack, and try and squeeze everything into the suitcase, because it's just not going. It's just not going to. It's not going to work. So just saying, it's not going to work. And it's a time to seek ways to release of our fears of confrontation and heavy emotional situations. So this is bringing in a lot of crazy energy. This is also going to be where it's going to be maybe uncomfortable, these situations that can lead us towards psychological healing. We're ready to drum up and support from others and the motivation from within to accomplish our goals. So this is a beautiful time to sit down, look at what you want to, what are your goals? What are those things that are holding you up, right? Because this phase of the moon occurs at 21 degrees of Scorpio, affecting people, some people who are born with this, if you're born with this, with these planets at this point. So looking at your chart for Taurus, Leo, and Aquarius, anything between 17 and 25 degrees. So if you have planets in Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius between 17 and 25 degrees, this is really going to have an effect on you. You might feel the energy is a little bit more intense than other people. So it's take a look at your chart. See what it's see what's happening, man. And take a peek into, okay, this is where it is. And as I, taking it very simply, when you look at your chart, okay, I have this at this point. What house is it in, and what else is around that energy that's affecting, and what do I have to really look at within my own life with that? So that's very important. And then that's going to give you an idea of the areas that you have to focus on in your at this time in your life. So giving you a little bit of inspirational energy there for you. Yeah, so let's pull some cards here. So as I said, you'll be receiving your new moon readings later on today. Oh, I've got to be able to speak. That's my whole thing. Yeah, no, go lay down. Got the dog. My daughter comes back tomorrow, thank goodness. So I can go back to my house and she can have her lovely puppy. If you are wanting to book a reading, definitely get a hold of me. Or actually, I should say, okay. Black Friday is next Friday. So there is going to be a Black Friday special out that's going to be coming out. So if you want to hang on, and I will be putting out my Black Friday special. And that's going to be coming out soon. Just letting you know. Unless it's urgent and you really need a reading. So the dreamer. So in comes the fool. So the fool energy is coming in, which it means is that really looking at what you are wanting to create. What are you wanting to do? What are you wanting to transpire with? When we are starting to look at that, we have to also look at the details on what it is that we need to do in order to create that dream. The fool walks out, because we call him the fool, because he's walking out. He's just stepping out into the world, unbeknownst to where he's going. But and it does take some faith to do that, definitely. But as we are doing, especially with the energies of this new moon, it's like looking at this stepping out and going forward. And yeah, the Four of Wands or the Four of Swords comes in. So this is, when we're doing this is where we do have to go into meditation. We do have to take that time and take that rest and really look at what direction we need to be going into. And as we are looking at the direction that we are wanting to go into, there's a lot of reflection. This is what I'm feeling this energy is trying to say. There's a lot of reflection that we have to look at as we are stepping into this new energy. Because this moon is very pivotal of what we are wanting to carry forward. What do we want to carry forward between now and the full moon that will come up next year in Taurus? So this, or in Scorpio. So this is looking at what it is that we want to step into. What do we want to create? I feel like it's like you really have to sit down and methodically think this out. Yeah, the fool is coming in. Yes, you have to have faith in what you do. You may not have all the answers. But this is where some structure is going to come forth. So I feel Saturn is really coming in, and Saturn is wanting to show us that we need to have some kind of skill. So taking some time to really look at those skills that we have to build on in order to create this journey. So that's the whole thing. Like Saturn is coming in strong. And the thing is, the beautiful thing about Saturn is that you have to know the basics. Once you know the basics and you know the rules, and if you follow the rules and you go along the rules, then you become a master. Then you become an understanding. It's like learning the tarot. Once you learn the tarot, and you might do a reading. It might take you 6 cards to do a reading. Then it might take you 4 cards to do that reading, and then maybe one time it'll just take you 1 card, because you've become the master, the understanding of how things are flowing, and understanding how you are feeling in the information that's coming in. So this energy that's coming in today is like really getting you to understand how you are feeling, because it's so important with Mars. Mars wants to know, he wants to understand his feelings as he goes forward. He wants to feel the power. He wants to feel the exuberance. He wants to go forward in this. Uranus is still retrograde, so it's bringing in a little bit of frustration. He's not getting all of it, and there's like it's like almost there is this eruption that could happen, but you don't want it to really erupt and overflow. You want to take some time back. I mean, as soon as I think of the eruption, I'm thinking of what's happening in Iceland. It's like the waiting of this volcano to happen, and it's almost like you don't know. Like it's like it can disrupt at any time. You don't know. It's gonna do what it's gonna do. And so there's this disruption that's happening. So it's almost where, within that slumbering of energy, what it has to do. Ooh, the Page of Airs came in reversed. So things might be blocked. The information that you're trying to do might be blocked, because the page, he wants to, something must be blocked there, because the page coming in reversed, there's some kind of blockage in what you want to do. That's why you have to go into meditation, and you got to be patient with what the energies are and how they're coming forward. You can't try and rush things out there. Yeah, the Four of Airs, it's the swords, right? You can't rush it. It's telling you can't rush it. Page is saying, who usually wants to go forward and do something new, innovative. You can't rush this. If you're trying to rush this energy, if you're trying to move it forward, it's going to collapse. Saturn is like showing me you have to do some steps here, and look at how you are wanting to create this. Look at how you are wanting to be innovative, and bring that power, because the power of Mars is there. He's very powerful right now. He's in his home sign. Venus is making a sissy quadrant over to Uranus. So it's like, she's at home. The South Node is there, but she is not feeling that she's getting all the direction that she needs in her own home. So there's feeling almost like some news is coming into the palace. The news is coming into the palace, but the news isn't fully available, fully there. All the information's not there. So it's making you feel a little bit anxious and disruptive. And as you're feeling anxious and disruptive, it's just there's an antagonizing force that's coming there. So you have to be patient. You have to take that step back and allow yourself to say, okay, you know what, I have to surrender and have faith that it's going to come together. I have to surrender and have faith that it's all going to come together. I can't force this, because the Knight comes in, the Knight of Wands. He's very passionate. He's very exuberant, but you got to think things through carefully. With the Knight of Wands, he can be all Mr. Lovey Italian man and all over you and showing his chest hairs and his chains and his just sexiness. And he's like coming in, but then there's a sudden need for things that need to be immediate attention. But you have to think things through carefully. So this isn't a time to just like, oh, let's go, I'm going to be the fool and jump out. Sure, be the, jump out, but survey, and have faith. There's some faith there, but you really have to think things through carefully today and through the rest of this week as we're stepping into the rest of this week, and going forward. So yeah, baby, we got some. It's if it'll feel a little bit muddled up, but if that muddling is there, that's where we have to say, I need to step back. I need to step back. Okay. Yeah. Crazy. Love these cards. I love them because there's like in the full one, there's a unicorn there. I don't know if you can see. There's a unicorn and the birds. There's the artistry in these cards are just magnificent. It's just they're so beautiful. There's a unicorn in this one too. You know, because the unicorn is the symbolism of the swords in here. But the energies of these cards, you know, it's funny. I think, you know, when she did these because the tarot scared her. And in doing these cards, really, because there was so much power and artistry in them, they were just absolutely fabulous. But anyways, I go off. I go off. So my next things that are coming up is the meditation. $10 for 10 minutes on Friday. So if you want a mini reading on Friday on my lives, it's $10. We will be having a Black Friday special that'll be announced later on this week. So Black Friday special is coming up. Shadow to Light is the workshop for next year and stepping into it. I keep on feeling I need to do something in September of next year with that. So kind of muddling that over on what that looks like and what that could be. And then we have looking into 2024. So that's on December 30th. That's the one on December 30th. So the forecasting for the 2024, and if that'll be limited space too. So if you're wanting to be in on that, that's $50. Reserve your spot now because it usually books up and that. So and it'll be an open forum where you can ask questions, and not necessarily, I'm not doing readings, but it is my forecast for 2024 and what that year is going to look like in some ways. What are the energies coming forward for us all? So yeah, have a fabulous day. I'm going to go off and do the readings now. And may the Lord and Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you. Guys, have a great day. Shine in your light. Do a new moon meditation and a new moon rituals today. Have a great one. Bye-bye.